Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's having a good day again. Well, some news regarding the Bombers that has dropped today is that Essendon looks set to sign an Irishman as a Category B rookie. We do have another Category B rookie spot available. There are different rules available depending on whether you're a local product or whether you're an overseas product. Won't go into all that. But teenager Cillian Burke to become the first off-lay footballer to make AFL move with Essendon deal imminent. So this is from the Irish Independent. Cillian Burke is set to become the latest GAA player to sign a professional AFL contract with an imminent move to Essendon. The rising off-lay star was out in Australia in September for the AFL Combine, and following on from that, the Melbourne-based club, that's Essendon, will sign him as a Category B rookie for the next 2 years. Burke is currently involved in Tullamore Leinster's senior club campaign, and they play Ballybowden, whoever that is, in a semi-final. Burke is fully committed to the club's provincial campaign and the strong expectation that his new club will give him leeway to play in a Leinster club final on the following weekend, given the importance of such a game should Tullamore advance on Saturday. So I think this is a good thing. Look, if you're going to be a successful club, you need to search far and wide for your players. And we have had Connor McKenna, of course, as an Irishman with some success on our list. He, of course, went to the Brisbane Lions eventually. We did have another couple of players on our list a couple of years ago, Ross McQuillan and Sion McBride. They didn't play a senior game, but they're pretty tough, the Irish players. I remember whenever they came over for those Gaelic games, the hybrid games, they'd always get into fights and everything. They're pretty tough competitors over there, and some of the skills are quite transferable. Obviously, it's difficult to play a foreign game, but it's the one game in the world where some players can really make a good deal of it. And we've seen a number of key players in the AFL come from Ireland. So I think it's always good to cast the net far and wide and to try to find that extra gem that you can get from somewhere else. Now, look, I don't know anything about this player. Obviously, I'd be lying if I said I did. I don't know anything about him. I haven't heard anything about him. But I just did a bit of research, a bit of a Google search on some of his strengths and weaknesses, and they are his intelligence and game reading. That's one of the things he's good at. Probably one of the reasons why Essendon is interested in him. Obviously, he plays with exceptional maturity for a young player. He anticipates and plays and makes smart decisions under pressure. He has pace and athleticism. That's a requirement for the Gaelic game, obviously, so that's a transferable thing over to the AFL world. He's got explosive speed for a 190 centimetre player, so he's tall as well and may even have a couple of centimetres growth in him. The other thing that I thought quite exciting when I was looking at this is that he has two-footed skills and ball handling. He has ambidextrous kicking, and he can kick well on both feet, with his left and his right foot. And he's able to score goals in the Irish game. I'm not sure what position. I imagine with Essendon, you'd probably look at a player like that off halfback. I reckon just seeing the game in front of you, I reckon that tends to be where the Irish players tend to be at their best. So they'll probably look at him probably off halfback or something like that. There are obviously weaknesses with any of these Irish players. That's just a given, and it's a tough thing. Adapting to the professional AFL from the amateur Gaelic game is difficult, but it's easier to do that when you're 19 than when you're 25. And just that he's a young and inexperienced player, potential physical vulnerabilities. He's 190 centimetres, but he's not overly bulky apparently. So, he could, struggle against some of the bigger players in the AFL and things like that. But the fact that he is regarded as a skillful Gaelic player, and you see some of these Irish players, what I find kind of ironic, some of them end up being more skillful than AFL players, which is kind of funny. AFL players have been brought up with the oval ball their whole lives, and you see some of these Irish players come across, they end up being better with the ball than a lot of their Australian counterparts. So the fact that this guy can kick on both feet and is quick, I think Essendon are looking at that as something that would be able to adapt to the AFL game. So it's pretty exciting. If they sign this guy, as this report says that they are going to. I always think it's exciting getting these players from other sports. There's, 99%, or more than 99% of the world, 99.5% of the world lives outside Australia. So if you can get athletes from that 99% of the world rather than just focusing on the 1% of the world here, you're always going to find someone that can adapt. And hopefully this kid is it. We don't know. It's obviously a big step up to get up to AFL level. But I thought this was just interesting, and you guys might be interested in the fact that this fella, Cillian Burke, is set to join the Bombers as a Category B rookie. So I'm going to leave it there. If you guys like this channel and appreciate the content that I provide here, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Make a comment. It always helps the YouTube algorithm when you do all that. Have a great day, everybody. I'm going to leave it there. And as always, go Bombers.